Hello students and welcome back again here in Class Unboxed. My name is Ian and I'm going to be your teacher again for Media and Information Literacy. Before we dive into our lessons for today, let us have a quick recap of our lesson last time. Here are our goals for today. Today we are going to enumerate the different types of media and differentiate each type of media and its function. Are you ready? Let's start! As technology expands and evolves, so does media. Nowadays, mobile technology has become the most popular media channel, specifically when smartphones started to exist in the market. You can see that everyone, young or old, is now using smartphone. Now, as we talk about the types of media existing here in the Philippines, we are also going to explore how these things started and continuously show their progress. The first type of media we're going to talk about today is print media. Print is the oldest form of media, and here in the Philippines it is represented by books, newspaper, magazines, journals, newsletter, and comics, and many more. Now, despite of the advancement of technology that we are experiencing here in the Philippines, surprisingly, many Filipinos still read newspapers. For those who do not know, newspaper is a lightweight and disposable publication printed on low-cost paper, aptly called newsprint. Newspaper companies basically earn their profits from subscriptions and advertisements. A broadsheet is a large piece of newspaper with serious tone and less sensational issues compared to tabloids. Tabloids, on the other hand, are half the size of a standard newspaper with photographs and headlines of sensational topics. The country's most widely read and circulated newspaper is Philippine Daily Inquirer with 2.7 million nationwide readers daily. It enjoys a market share of 50% and tops the readership surveys. Another popular form of print media is magazine. It is a form of publication that caters to a specific audience with special interests. Just like newspapers, they earn their profits from subscriptions and advertisements. The first magazine published in the Philippines was Philippine Magazine in 1904.
It's time for a pop quiz. It is the most widely read newspaper here in the Philippines. A. Philippine Daily Inquirer. B. Bulgar. C. Manila Times. Or D. Manila Bulletin. You only have 10 seconds to answer the question. 10 seconds starts now. And the answer is letter A, Philippine Daily Inquirer.
The next type of media we're going to talk about is broadcast media. Broadcast media comprises of television and radio. Francisco Coco Trinidad is regarded as the father of Philippine broadcasting due to his efforts in developing radio as medium for all. He worked as radio announcer for Far Eastern Radio during the late 1920s. During the 1950s, Filipinos relied on both radio and television for information and entertainment. The Philippines has 400 radio stations on AM band and 844 on FM band. The oldest existing radio station in the Philippines is DZRH, formerly known as KZRH. After World War II, the operations of the said radio station was managed by Elizalde brothers. According to a survey conducted by the Kapisanan ng Broadcaster ng Pilipinas, or Association of Broadcasters in the Philippines, a private organization of broadcast networks executives established in 1973, majority of their listeners from Manila and Cebu City listen to radio for at least 10 hours a week. It is also found that mostly Filipinos listen to radio from 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. From 6 p.m. to 10 p.m., Filipinos prefer to watch television. Television has become a popular medium than radio. Actually, television replaced print media as the source of news. In 1957, Alto Broadcasting System or ABS was bought from Elpidio Quirino and merged it into a radio network. The Chronicle Broadcasting Network or CBN by Fernando and Eugenio Lopez. Thus, ABS-CBN became the first radio TV station in the country. GMA and TV5 are one of the main broadcast networks who also have their own entertainment and public service programming. The Philippine government has its own TV stations such as People's Television or PTV4 and Radio Philippines Network or RPN9.
It's time for a pop quiz. It is the oldest existing radio station in the Philippines. A. DZBB, B. DWIZ, C. MOR My Only Radio, or D. DZRH. You only have 10 seconds to answer the question. 10 seconds starts now. And the answer is letter D, DZRH.
As television becomes more and more popular form of medium, so is film. Film has been a popular form of entertainment since the 20th century. Film is also known as motion picture, or we know as movie. Films basically aims to tell a story, whether fictional or non-fictional. During the 1900s in the Philippines, mostly of the films being shown were from the United States of America. The first Filipino film produced by an American named Harry Brown was La Vida de Jose Rizal, or The Life of Jose Rizal. In 1917, Jose and Jesus Nepomuceno made their own film entitled Dalagang Bukid. It was the first silent film made by the brothers and made them earn the title Founders of the Philippine Cinema. Unfortunately, the film was not preserved. After World War II, two film companies here in the Philippines started making films. They were LVN Pictures and Sampaguita Pictures. LVN Pictures produced the first colored film Ibong Adarna, directed by Vicente Sanombides. On the other hand, Sampaguita Pictures was known for their war films and musicals, such as Guerrilla, Bulaklak na Wala Pangalan at Huwag Ka Nang Magtampo. Sampaguita Pictures made room for the country's biggest stars like Gloria Romero, Susan Roses, and the superstar herself, Miss Nora Honor. Unfortunately, the company shut down due to financial constraints in the 1980s. Currently, the highest grossing film in the Philippines is Hello Love Goodbye, starring Alden Richards and Catherine Bernardo. The movie earned a total of 880 million pesos. The said movie was directed by Cathy Garcia Molina.
It's time for a pop quiz. What was the film made by Jose and Jesus Nepomuceno? A. Ibong Adarna, B. Huwag Ka Nang Magtampo, C. Mindanao, or D. Dalagang Bukid. You only have 10 seconds to answer the question. 10 seconds starts now. And the answer is letter D, Dalagang Bukid.
As new technology keeps on emerging, so does the new forms of media such as Internet. Basically, Internet is linked with computer networks through the Internet Protocol to connect to the different devices in the world. Internet media includes the following. Number 1, social network websites, and this includes Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Tumblr, LinkedIn, Snapchat, Quora, Reddit, Pinterest, name it, and many more. They are known for being user-friendly and widely used by people around the world. Although we can find any news here, they may be misleading because of the lack of regulations on the content shared. Number 2, online forums, an online place where we can comment, message, or discuss a particular topic. Forums allow us to share knowledge with other people with the same interest. That's why it's regarded as the best platform to seek support and assistance. And lastly, number 3, podcast. Podcast is a series of audios focused on a particular theme or topic. We can listen to them on a computer or a mobile phone, and it's a platform that allows anyone to share their knowledge and communicate with the world. Before we wrap up, let's have a quick recap. Now that you know the different types of media, kindly share on the comment box below what type of media you usually use every day and tell us why. On our next episode, we are going to learn more about information literacy. See you next time here, guys, in Class Unboxed. Once again, my name is Cian. See you and stay safe. God bless you all!